he's dead. There's no
Oh,
final
hey, you
orders,
caught me in the
nothing
middle of
interesting
watching
for
a video from the channel Acculturation. He talks about metal music and video games mostly. Hello, Sock Rabbit and Ducky, with all your cute little heart stickers and stuff going on in the chat. Welcome. I gotta get membership set up on this channel. Seems like a complicated pain in the ass. Maybe I'll do it tonight, because I'm working on maintenance stuff tonight, you know? I've been doing stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ, I heard my own voice suddenly. Hey, look, it's me. Hey, that's what I look like. Look at my shaking ass leg. My checkerboard ass socks that don't match anything else I'm wearing. That otherwise would be a pretty tight fit. Okay, enough of hearing myself. This is just so that I just really need the chat. I don't need the whole video. Just want to have the chat on hand here on my big screen, so y'all know I'm reading it. What's up? Hello, Roger Ramos. How's it going? I have to keep reminding myself that the audio will sound like even worse of shit if I turn around. If I'm not facing the camera, the audio will be very bad. So I gotta make sure I'm facing you all when I speak, and then interacting with the computer, you know, silently, otherwise, or watching videos, or whatever. Whatever I put on this here monitor. Got your chat right there. Got YouTube over here where I'm watching this Acculturation video called Infamous 2 is a bad sequel. I haven't played Infamous 2, but he's making a pretty good argument. It sounds like it's a bad sequel. And otherwise, I'm going to figure out what kind of maintenancing things I need to do. Let's go look at comments, see if there's any new comments. Get into my studio here. Let's see how stuff's doing, right? Let's see. My channel analytics. My subscribers in the last month have gone down by 5,000. I think that might be the sharpest dip in subscribers I've maybe ever had, actually. Maybe ever. So I'm finally burning off all of my dead subs, which is really nice. It's taken a lot of effort to make this happen. But meanwhile, the views are up by 157,000. The watch time is up by 15,000 hours. And the estimated revenue is up by $1,500. How do you lose 5,000 subscribers and gain $15,000? I've been down this road before. Hello, S4 Diaries fans. Let's see here. Where do we want to go to? We'll tackle everything that's on this complicated ass fucking weird layout YouTube has for some reason. Channel violations, active copyright strikes. Okay, what have we got here? We have forgotten love. My counter notification was rejected. I thought that was supposed to be like a legal action where they had to sue me or some shit. Well, let's see. Select action. What can we do about this? We can contact the claimant, which is mappapublicity2019@gmail.com. Hilarious. 2019. That's how old the show that I got hit with a copyright strike this year on is from. Or submit counter notification. But we already did this. They already denied my counter notification. So what? If I submit another one? Am I supposed to expect anything to go differently? I'm beginning a legal process. Okay. Let's do it. I'm going to enter my legal name. Don't like having to do that. Got to get that shit changed, but it's hard. I probably shouldn't have my street address on screen. I'll just go ahead and cover up that. I don't want my phone number on screen either, so we'll cover that up too. We'll just go ahead and cover up all that. Okay, and then the city. Everybody knows the city I live in, so that's not a problem. pose to find myself in. Okay. More sensitive information on the screen. Explain why my video should be reinstated. I'm pretty sure I've done this already, but maybe I can explain myself better this time. Somehow will convince them my video is worth reinstating. Okay. I don't know who this argument gets read by, if anybody, but my argument for why my video should be reinstated, based on fair use argument, legal shit as I understand it. This video in no way replicates or replaces the content owned by Mappa. Short, heavily distorted, and edited video with audio removed and commented over cannot compete with the original product, and in context can only serve to promote it to new viewers. That seems like a solid fair use argument, right? I understand under penalty of perjury that I think I'm correct. And there we go. Now we've submitted a second counter notification. Actually, this strike expires in 4 days, I just noticed, so I really didn't need to do that at all. Hopefully I didn't just make it so it somehow, like, lapses. Can I undo that, actually? Well, whatever. In 4 days, we'll finally lose this strike one way or another, I guess. But I don't think that'll bring the video back. I want the video back. So I would prefer, regardless of the strike, I would prefer to get the video back. Alright, what is this? Jeremy the Quartering Thirst stream. Let's see how it's affected my channel. Channel not affected. Visibility public. Monetization limited. I'm sharing ad revenue with the rights holders of the Ideon theme song. So thanks a lot, Butthole Weeb. Now the Ideon, whoever claims to own the Ideon theme song on YouTube is getting my money from this video. As well as whatever the fuck this says. This is Fua time. I knew the goddamn Fua time karaoke would somehow be. I knew it would be an official karaoke that you had to pay for the use of, goddammit. Alright, whatever. Wait, back to the dashboard. So that's what's going on with the important notifications. Get feedback on yellow icon videos. I don't need that. Ideas for you. Leverage your community for good. Mobilize your audience for a cause you care about. You can raise funds with YouTube Giving by adding the donate button to your videos. Alright, should we set up YouTube Giving? What do y'all think? Is there something I should be donating to through my channel? Set up a donate for? In the thumbnail, I mean, it's this. It's that. It looks like this. Like so. What do you think? What kind of charity should we give to? You find the Jeremy Thirst sort of fascinating? Good. I mean, so you want the real honest truth about that whole thing, about me talking about Jeremy so much? I'm jealous of his eyes. Look at this. You see these? You see these big crazed fucking baby, not baby blue. I got like dark blue eyes, but you see these big blue pretty eyes? I'm supposed to have the biggest, bluest, prettiest eyes in the whole analysis space. All right? I didn't get into commentary so that people wouldn't stare dreamily into my big blue dreamy eyes. But I look at Jeremy and I feel like I cannot even compete with this. This is the most steely-eyed. Look at him. I mean, God damn it, why did that not just open up? Hey Google. Here we go. Look at those eyes. How am I supposed to compete with that? This should have been the thumbnail, actually. Just bask. He's got the most psychopathic fucking intensity to him. He would be a good Stanley Kubrick. So this is actually a better example though of the Kapoor Gabora comparison. I need to make an edit of this. I need an edit of like just them side by side kinda. Can I get him doing like a more of a shifty eyed look? Well, if I can get quartering looking head on. I need one where his brows are coming in like that, you know? I'm just saying, he looks an awful lot like this owl to me. You know, from Ocarina, hold on, you can't really see that. Thanks, Google, that's what I wanted. Fucking... Okay. So compare... Well, that's a bad one because his eyebrows aren't as pointed in. I need you looking angry, Jeremy. What is you trying to look sultry? But isn't it kind of? All right, look at that guy. Hold on. That face, and then that owl, right? Do you see what I'm talking about here? Can you see the resemblance here? Am I crazy? They don't give off the same vibe though. Well, I mean, the problem is that these still photos don't really do justice to how fucking insane this guy looks when he's actually talking. Because he always looks at the camera like he how do I put it? I think it's just that he's got so much lights. You know, like I do very low light streaming compared to most people. Like obviously you can tell I'm not very lit, he's very lit. But there's just when you've got that much light in eyes that big, it's like Disney princess level, you know? It's like those TikTok girls who like try to look like Disney princesses. Like that's the vibe I get off of Jeremy. Is like, you know, just clean off that beard and lose a few pounds, and you've got like somebody who could be doing those like, you know, the face gesture TikTokers, the girls who are like, I can't do any of the Disney faces, but they're always like, I'm talking like everything I do is animated. Ah, like that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to actually do it, but I think he could do that really well. I think I could see Jeremy practicing, to nail down the Disney gestures on TikTok. Physically, yes, but OOT, I will not put out clickbait. That is true. Gabora Gabora. But the similarity in their personality is that you stop paying attention and you keep accidentally telling them that you don't understand what they're saying, so they keep talking, and so you get trapped in a loop of having to hear them talk forever. I think that's the main similarity. Did you hear me say that about the dog just now, or did me going over to my texts interrupt the stream briefly? I need to know which one, how this works. My super chats from here are translating into pesos. I don't like that. Wait a minute, did you leave a super chat? I don't see one. Maybe you're working on it. Translating. Oh. Anyway, we're going into the analytics next, yeah? Analytics of the channel. Let's see here. Last 28 days, so let's just make that May. Because that just adds one more day in. Is it? Wow, it sure is taking a fucking while to change. Cool, so as of May 29th, so as of yesterday, in the month of May, I had 161.3 thousand views, which it says is 98% more than the previous month. So the view count doubled this month from what it was last month. That's cool. That's a literally nearly a 100% increase. It probably will have been a 100% increase by the end of the month. How many days are this month? Is this the last day of the month? Are we almost done with this month? Why the fuck won't the goddamn fucking calendar open? Thank you. No, there's another day. Alright, sick. Yeah, it'll probably have been a 100% increase in views from last month by the end of this month. So that's cool. Watch time in hours, 15.6 thousand hours, which is an 83% increase. What is 15,557 hours in days? I don't know. Let's see. We've lost subscribers. We've lost a substantial number of subscribers every single day. So the first day of the month, it was 107, negative 107. There's been negative 122. The most was actually just the other day, just 2 days ago. It was probably the Jeremy the Quartering Thirst stream, right? That was 2 days ago, wasn't it? I think I literally burned 500 subscribers doing that. I think I literally burned off 500 extraneous subscribers by doing the Jeremy the Quartering Thirst stream. That's fucking incredible. And then the estimated revenue, this is where the numbers truly get fucking insane. Because sure, 100% increase in views, that's impressive. The estimated revenue is a 679% increase from the previous month. 679% increase. That means 7 times what I made last month. So that's pretty nice. The estimated revenue is $1,534.20, and that's all thanks to you all. So thank you. Amazing. Amazing work, all of you. What's the most I made in a day was 113, it looks like. 115. 3 days ago, I made $115. That was my height so far. It's interesting, the slopes here actually. It's like it'll be like kind of low, and then it peaks, and then it gets a little lower, then it peaks. Like every 3 days, I make more money. This is a weirdly consistent pattern. I'm glad I noticed it, but it's going up. The lows are going up. the high points are also going up, but the lows are going up quicker. So that's also interesting. Um, my top content in the last 48 hours was the Bigger Better Bully stream, which was most of last night. It's like 5 hours long. And let's see. My top content this month. My number one video, the Drake versus Kendrick Millennial Culture's Climax. That actually outperformed How to Recognize a Terrible Anime in just one episode this month. It is very rare that How to Recognize a Terrible Anime in just one episode is not my best performing video in a month. Now, granted, it didn't get a ton of. It got 6,353 views, which is decent, but not crazy for that video. That video sometimes will have spikes where it just gets tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of views all of a sudden in the span of a month. So not a crazy amount, but the Kendrick versus Drake video beat it with 7,800. And then the best performing stream so far is Gender War Double Agent, which is an incredibly provocative title, so I'm not surprised by that. The second one was Kendrick and the Millennial War on Pedophiles, also a very provocative title. The Asterisk War Sucks Complete Edition, my only other video that consistently performs every month very well. Why We Love Kuroki Tomoko, still getting love. People are still watching Watamote, the year of our Lord 2024. So that's interesting. Cursed, Chris Chan's Sonichu Medallions, and this only came out 5 days ago, so this one's probably going to end up being one of my biggest streams. I figured it would be. It's a pretty big story, pretty dramatic events. I pretty much did it as a result of one of my tweets going viral. So, and that's kind of the explanation of the story of that viral tweet. Performing my new song over and over until you hear it. On the one hand, I'm surprised that this has so many views because people don't like my music and my music doesn't get a lot of views. But on the other hand, the thumbnail's just my tits. So I think maybe that's all it was. I don't know. What do artists want? That was my stream from the other night. It went really well. And the truth about cows. Okay. So that's my top video. So the stream VODs are doing really good. Really shockingly good. The stream VODs are doing as well as any video, any regular video I would make. Alright, here's the latest comment. Yo Panda on the Kendrick versus Drake video. I agree with you on Kendrick versus Drake. Best millennial rapper is No Big Deal, all one word, who you will likely not like, but to each his own. Okay, well, we'll find out. Since you challenged me to not like them, now I have to go in there and try to like them. Just as a fuck you. Let's see. No Big Deal. How is it? What's your... Oh, these are like long-ass podcasts and shit. NPR Tiny Desk submission. Alright.
This is my 2024 Tiny Desk submission. This song is called Golden Ghost.
Anybody got anything they want to suggest me to talk about, just send me a super chat and I'll talk about it. What am I working on today? Whatever. Just whatever's in front of me. Just whatever random... I'm mostly trying to tackle random stuff I usually forget about that slips through the cracks.
All of that stuff got chucked like that. Now my wife in therapy, I be fair, need price, we share when we fight for purity, all sincerity, scary, yeah.
This goes.
We've been burning incense since 9 a.m. Alkaline water with the vitamins. Still he got a war raging inside of him. Lit the sage, but the pain won't go away. Pain of my defense, that's why my head for me. Then I had to sit with my iniquity. Full disclosure that I was just a bittery. To really go, you gotta give it to the goals. Where could I go? Left me out start again. I'ma give all to the fight for the righteous. Fly with the kites, that's high with the highest. High to the pilots, fly to the pilot. Punches sad, obnoxious, bad, obnoxious. Me, I got caught up in performing for sororities. Holy water in my shower head, pour on
Okay,
me.
it's much
Holy
better.
water in my kettle and it's boiled me. King of my defense, despite my name for me. Mean I had to sit with my iniquity. Foolish thought it always be so glittery. To really glow, I had to give it to the ghost. Where could I go?
If you don't have any idea for anything you want me to talk about, but you want to send me some money and you want to see me make a funny face, send the word lemon, and I'll take a sip of this drink here I've got that is just pure lemon juice and vodka, Smirnoff vodka. It's disgusting, and it will make me make a really funny face if I drink it. It's the only alcohol left in the house right now is the vodka. Bird's bringing home beer, but he got trapped because the roads out here are ridiculous. They're all like under construction. There's all kinds of dumb bullshit going on. So there's lots of delays. So he's stuck in traffic for literally hours. And I've been chilling here. I had thought I was going to restart the stream after Bird had gotten back, but it was like, yeah, I'm not going to be back anytime soon. Well, anyway, I responded. I checked him out, and he's dope. Thank you to the commenter who suggested that song there. Well, they didn't really say it was the song so much as the artist, but well, I've already responded to all the other comments here, so I guess. What else we got? Anything else? What's new in Creator Insights?
Hey creators, Connor here. Over the past couple of years, we've updated you here about improvements to the advertiser-friendly content guidelines.
That guy's voice is way too smooth and soothing. Don't make me fall asleep. I like YouTubers who just scream at you, I like Finn McKenty because he's loud. I'll just listen to any of his videos because they're loud and it keeps my attention. Twitter. What's happening over here? I got some notifications. What are these about? No, it's all about Vito. Oh, this is that dog I was talking about. Bird sent me this picture of this dog. Can I zoom on the inside camera? Oh, I can. I didn't even know that. Look at that dog. I had no idea I could zoom on the inside camera on this phone. I'm up close now. I wonder if that makes the audio better too. Like it'll zoom in the audio. Well, this makes things a lot more convenient for doing a setup like this where I'm switching between showing you shit on the screen and talking to you from a distance. Convenient. Looks like I wasn't even all the way zoomed out in the first place, so whatever. Oh no, not DMs. Gotta block my DMs. Oh, looks like I got a beat or something. That's cool. I'll look at that beat later. What's going on in here? How many felonies does Trump have? Probably a lot. What's going on? What's all the Trump posting from President-elect Guru today? I'm not a fan of that. Alright, nothing interesting is happening on here. There's too much politics in my feed, considering how hard I've worked to keep politics out of my feed. Where else do I need to go to see things that are cool and good? Or to work on stuff? Hello, Chad. Now you're on this screen. So here's some stuff I could do. I could work on my Jujutsu Kaisen versus Evangelion video, maybe. I could work on cutting shorts out of my streams because I ran out of all the ones I edited already. I could work on making a lyric video for 100K so that I could finally get that song, because I've played it on a few live streams, but I've never actually released it. I could work on recording raps for some of the songs that I have written that I haven't done any recordings for. I don't particularly want to do any of this as much as I would just want to answer random prompts that people gave me via super chats. But you know, if I have no choice but to work, I'll do boring desk work that I normally skip, or put off continually in perpetuity. What is all sitting here on my desktop anyway? I guess I could just clean my fucking desktop first of all, because I've got like all of these shorts just sitting here. Why don't we watch some of these?
Beware of straights, straight edge, straight lace, straight sexually people who couch their identity in how straight they are. They would destroy themselves if they did what you were doing. And so they will destroy you because they don't think you should be allowed to do what you're doing because it makes them uncomfortable. It makes them uncomfortable because they couldn't do it. So they're jealous, just what it comes down to. I'm jealous of people who can smoke cigarettes. I've cut myself off completely. I don't even need somebody to not smoke in front of me. Hell, I don't even need somebody to not offer me a cigarette. I can have a cigar and go right back to not smoking the next day. Self-control, willpower, desire to live and succeed. These are things that weak people don't have and want to take from you. They want to sap it out of you. They can't make it in a world where someone better than them exists.
Alright, Andrew Tate, whatever. Fucking faggot shit. I'm gonna put that in complete episodes. Alright, neurotype.
I have thought about changing it, and the biggest thing that I've thought about is when
this one's
what
long.
word do you think of when you see these?
Okay, incomplete episodes. Jeremy 1.
Free Jeffrey Williams II, aka Young Thug. Alright. Second order of business. Doesn't the quartering just look like he has the most dick-taking ass face? Like the quartering has the prettiest blue eyes I've ever seen on a man. You just want to see him looking up at you like, you know, just imagine the quartering, like, look up Jeremy the quartering.
Yeah, we just did that. We literally just did that. Alright. Oh, this is me singing stream. I don't know if there's any clips I want from this. I downloaded it for the sake of taking clips, but most of this would just get content ID blocked, right?
I would definitely be able to do just like rules and stuff. The walls would work for you and I'll grow weary silk.
Oh man, I'm really going off there. Really justified my raver
I
pants.
know, and
Yeah, I don't think I need any clips from that, so I'm just gonna toss that one in the garbage. Alright, well, this is the Animal Well stream, right? Did I go on any choice rants in this?
American culture between post 9/11 and pre 2007 market crash
That sounds boring, and I know I talked about it for a while.
that I cared about to do more than be the future for soup.
Bowling for soup. to make the same type of shit and been around for a genre specific. Like further kind of tongue-in-cheek, odd concept of, like being on the plastic beach. It by far gives the most definition to what the concept of plastic beach is. Ooh. Plastic beach is like that song makes it. Actually, yeah, ranting about these Gorillaz albums. That's probably a good clip to post by itself. Let's go ahead and make a clip, y'all. Woo! It's clip making time. Yeah! Woo! I see the encouragement. I see all them little smileys. Mash those fucking smileys harder. Send 700,000 smileys. 700,000 smileys. 700,000 smileys. Send me 7,000 hundreds of smileys. I'm seeing they're coming in. They're trickling in. I think you're gonna have to hit the button faster if you really want to make 700,000. 700,000 smileys. Alright, project settings. We want the vertical resolution. We want the editing mode. And we want, actually we don't want vertical resolution. This one is horizontal. I forgot. No vertical. For once, a horizontal clip will be uploaded to the channel. Like God intended back in my day. We didn't have all this fucking gay vertical shit. The vertical video just looks like a dick waiting to get sucked. That's why this modern shit is gay. Somebody points out, well, the horizontal video also just looks like a sideways chode. Okay, let's find this Gorillaz clip. I got you all up there, by the way. The chat's up there for me to read up on that screen. We're going to do the edits down here. Well, you're driving right now? Well, let me not distract you. Whoa, what's that? You better look out! Whoa! You still there, Anonymous?
It feels so much like you have to move the game that it just stops being by tracks for a second. Like, fuck, that was a fun
article comes out like Trixie the Golden Witch literally murdered one of her paying fans, longtime paying fans, by shouting at them when they said they were driving.
Time. Trash can fuck up a space station to the just kill everybody on board.
Yeah, it's about planets.
Until I finally downloaded a I think I found out that the song's runtime talked about a lot because it really was that big of a deal. Oh, I have done this already. But yeah, I was in.
Okay, let me start from here. Okay.
I was in 5th grade when 9/11 happened, and it didn't really mean anything to me.
Oh no, this is the wrong rant. This is the stupid 9/11 rant. Hold on, I want the Gorillaz one.
At this time, it's I think of Del
remains a big influence. Anyway, yeah, I Clint Eastwood, huge influence on me. Del Gorillas to this convo. I know you've heard it since you had a plastic beach vinyl in some of your old vlogs. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised. Your take on Demons.
Okay, this is where the rant starts. You can hear how much my computer is struggling just to like keep itself cool while it does this minor editing job.
Add your take on Demon Days by Gorillas to this convo. I know you've heard it since you had a plastic beach vinyl in some of your old vlogs. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised I haven't been asked about Gorillas more often because I don't feel like I've talked about them very much. And they're incredibly influential, both on me and just in general. Yeah, so
Wait. I'm
I've
just
been like a
realizing.
day one Gorillas fan. I can literally.
I was like, why can I not? Why can't I not hear the fucking sound? It's not coming through these fucking speakers. The program chose the wrong speakers. Okay, let me. I think I just have to close it out and reopen it for that to work. Pretty sure I had the speakers plugged in before I opened this program the first time, though.
Really remember.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The first time I saw Clint Eastwood.
Okay, seriously, so much louder. Add your take on Demon Days by Gorillas to this convo. I know you've heard it since you had a plastic beach vinyl in some of your old vlogs. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised I haven't been asked about Gorillas more often because I don't feel like I've talked about them very much. And they're incredibly influential, both on me and just in general. So I've been like a. Cut out some of this waffling here. And they're incredibly influential, and just in general. Both on me and just in general. I've been like a day one Gorillas fan. I can literally remember the first time I saw Clint Eastwood on TV, which may very well have been the first time it was played on TV. So I don't think it was played that often. Oh, I hadn't been here yet, I guess. I didn't realize that was an open chest. I just assumed I had already gotten that. I guess I forgot what the open chest graphic looks like compared to the closed chest graphic. Began ranting. Oh, I hadn't been. Don't need that. Played that often. Anyway, yeah. I Clint Eastwood. Played that often. Clint Eastwood, huge influence on me. Del remains a big influence and a very important artist to me. I had their first album. I listened to it a decent amount, although I was kind of at the time like let down that more of it wasn't. Well, it's not that I minded that it wasn't hip hop. I liked that it was a rock album too and had all these different stuff because it was all genres I was into, but that so many of the songs were like kind of experimental and like slow. They weren't like tight songs the way that Clint Eastwood had been. Or Rock the House, or 19-2000, which were all the singles, and I was really into those songs.
So when Demon Days came about, I know I never owned a copy. I actually don't own a copy of Demon Days. Weirdly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever owned a physical copy of it, which is kind of odd. Do I still have the match? Is that a... When Demon Day... which is kind of odd. When Demon Days came out, I never ended up owning a copy, but I believe a friend gave me a burned copy. I don't even fucking remember who. I don't remember who the hell gave me a burned copy of Demon Days in 2004. But I had a burned copy. It was definitely after the singles had, or at least, like, I know I had heard Feel Good Inc. and whatever the second single was, not El Mañana, was it? Anyway, somebody burned me the CD, and the weirdest thing about it is that they had cut off the second half of the song Demon Days, like where it becomes the gospel song. So for like years, I had no idea that existed at all until I finally like downloaded I think I found out that the song's runtime was supposed to be like twice as long. I was like, what the fuck? And then found the actual version. I was like, what the shit? Why did mine cut off? And I'd always thought it was a weird, like, the song just cuts off very abruptly. I thought that was a strange thing about the album, that its last song just kind of ends. And it's like, that's not the case at all. I don't know if it was, like, that person just didn't like that part of the song or what. I don't know what it was, but what was the reasoning. But yeah, I didn't know that Demon Days had a second half for a long time. But, suffice it to say, I ran that album into the fucking ground. I can in my head just listen to that album. I don't have to listen to it. I could sit here right now and I could in real time just like stare at the wall and think the whole Demon Days album. Without question, I could do that. I can hear a lot of it like rolling through my head. I can hear the are we the DD? Living Dee are we the blink, 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 you know, like I hear it all going in my brain. But as as much as I've loved that album, as deeply embedded as it is into my consciousness, now it's kind of almost white noise to me to actually listen to a lot of it. I think every song on it is dope, but I'll kind of just dissociate through the first few songs a lot of the time, and then like kind of wake up when Every Planet We Reach Is Dead comes on, which is probably my favorite song on the album. Look, I see that. Oh shit! I didn't expect that. Oh fuck! How far away was that? God damn it! Where was I? Probably my favorite song on the album. I ran Demon Days into the ground. A lot of it because that was the first era where that album came out when I was like 13 going on 14, which is when I was first starting to experience depression and like first starting to have gender anxiety and spending a lot of time just in my thoughts and in my feelings. And so I had a hard time like doing stuff, like finding the will within me to play a video game, for instance. So I fell in love with music in part because it is so passive. It's just something you can kind of let happen, and then let happen.
You know? You know, I would like sit in my room and watch Victor play video games, and I would play music. So when I think of like Demon Days as an early experience, I inevitably think about like watching Victor play Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean on GameCube, because you know that's what he was playing at one of the times I was listening to Demon Days. Um, Similarly, I associate. Oh, so that light unlocked that door. That's super interesting. Like I got into 2005 on GameCube. He was playing at one of the times I was listening to Demon Days. Um, Similarly, I associate. Coheed and Cambria, you know, in Keeping Secrets, and like I remember every time I think about that era, I remember that Victor was playing Radiata Stories on PS2 while I was listening to Coheed for the first time. Yeah, with Gorillaz. Listened to it a lot while playing. Listening to Coheed for the first time. Yeah, probably listen to it a lot while playing Halo, among other things. But I usually listen to heavier music while playing shooter games. But the great thing about Gorillaz, especially Demon Days. Yeah, I'm gonna beat that tangent. That's such a lazy ending on it. Coheed for the first time. But the great thing about Gorillaz, especially Demon Days, is that it's so accessible to so many types of music fans that like I've never had like a social situation where it's inappropriate to play Gorillaz, you know, like any friend I ever had who didn't already know the band, I could get into them and they would become as big of a fan as I was. So it's just like, to me, basically the most accessible music that you could conceive of, you know. Oh fuck, this fucking stalagmite blocked the door. Maybe I can break it from the other side. Like, that you could conceive of, you know. It's just so accessible to, you know, anybody who likes rock or hip hop. Welcome, Alan. Can find something to like about, or pop, about Gorillaz. Demon Days was definitely the height of my being a huge Gorilla fan. I can even remember like when I went to, you know, I've talked about going to an inner city school for a while where I really struggled to make friends, but I do remember one of my most pleasant memories of that time was we had this one class that was like basically intro to school, like school skills type thing. You know, like you're in high school now, you gotta learn how to be a high school student type of a class. It was just like an old blowhard fucking ranting forever. It was very, very boring, very pointless class. It wasn't a class where you really learned anything. But I had the kid who sat next to me, you know, I started talking to him and found out he was a Gorillaz fan. And so there was a point where the two of us literally sat there and just, like, recited the entirety of the first two albums, like, in order, song for song. Because I just kept going. You know, like, he kept getting, you know, kind of nervous and getting quiet, and then I would just keep going. Eventually he'd pick back up, you know, and stuff. It was just... I was just so excited to have something that I cared about to do more than being in that class. But yeah, that's the closest I ever did come to having a friend there. But the few people who I would have been friends with at that school really did not want the reputational damage of being friends with me, so I don't blame them
my biggest complaint about early Gorillaz albums is the lack of
Bird, I
crediting.
heard.
Like they were, because you know, I understand they were trying to make it feel like Gorillaz was a band and not. But whenever a rapper would come in, like on the first album, it was just Del is the voice of the rap. So if that had maintained forever, if it had just always been Del, it could have kept that idea of a band. But as soon as Del wasn't on the project anymore, and you have, you know, I can't even remember who's on All Alone. Like I've never learned their name because again, at the time I had no idea who any of these people were. I just, you know, would hear these songs and be like, oh, that's cool, but who the fuck are these people? You know, eventually I found out who MF Doom was, but for a long time I was just totally clueless. Even though, like, the fact that he's on...
Yeah, I'm editing clips from
massively
old
influential
streams.
song. I know all the lyrics to it, you know, on me.
Nobody came
Like,
up
when
with
I
anything
when I
new for
shout
me to
out
do,
MF
so I'm
Doom,
working
I'm
on
shouting him out basically
working
just
on
because he's on
stuff I
Reverse
normally
Con.
never
That's
get
such
done
an
because I
important
can't
track to me, you know.
find time to do it.
Not that I'm saying he's not
Outside
good,
of
but
streaming,
I'm by
so.
no means the biggest Doom
Might as well
fan.
just do it while streaming, yeah.
Good in general, but I'm by no means the biggest Doom fan. And yeah, so like November Has Come is one of my favorite songs on there. Every Planet We Reach Is Dead is probably my outright favorite just because it's got that epic grandiosity. The whole ending bit where it just really picks up. El Mañana is really good. Fire Coming Out of a Monkey's Head I like a lot, especially because it gave me sort of influence to do that kind of storytelling music, you know? Not that I've really done anything really like that. Let me see what you people have been talking about in the chat while I've been ranting about this. I really went off and... But yeah, that kind of is a answer to the first rant, too, isn't it? About the whole post 9/11, pre-iPhone era. Like, that year is that the biggest song I can remember from 2004 was about 1985. Springsteen.
Okay, so I guess that's pretty much the
Kind of storytelling
Demon Days
music,
rant.
you know? Not that I've really done anything really like that. Let me see what you people have been talking about in the chat while I've been ranting about this.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and have it like fade out there at the end. That's almost a 10-minute clip. So I'd say that's a pretty substantial, decent clip. And it's all about Demon Days. I'm pretty sure I later go on a rant about Plastic Beach also, so I'll probably make that its own video as well. But let's see if my computer ends up overheating and shutting down while it tries to render this video. What are we calling this? It doesn't matter. Demon D. Okay, and render. And I see Bird pulling in. He said he was going to need my help. So I'm going to go ahead and put on a YouTube video that I was already watching about how Infamous 2 is a
Remember about
bad
him?
sequel.
Just poof, he's gone. Bertrand is literally just a plot device to kill time as we wait for the beast. I should also mention they brought back the TV segments from Infamous 1. In the original game, you see the media lie about the events you have experienced firsthand, and also see a hacker who tries to discredit Cole, who is later revealed to himself be controlled opposition. Both the mainstream and alternative media are against Cole. There's subtlety to this, and it's interesting. However, in Infamous 2, you get these cartoonish broadcasts of Bertrand, where he's Big Brother and so openly authoritarian that no one would buy into this propaganda.
I created the militia. Not for me, but for you. Shut up.
It completely lacks the subtlety that the propaganda in the first game had. Like, what are you actually supposed to get out of these broadcasts? All you learn is that Bertrand is a bad guy, which is already obvious.
What are you being protected from, you ask? Freaks. Abominations. They exist, my friends. They are already among us, and they represent the greatest threat we have ever known. When I saw the danger to our fair city, I did not hesitate to act. I ask you all to find the courage to do the same. Please report unusual behavior by calling the malicious emergency hotline.
They do also bring back the news segments, but these are arguably even worse than the Bertrand ones. All they do is inform you that the beast is on its way, which you already know. I think there's one that portrays Bertrand in a positive or at least neutral light, but overall, these news segments are not utilized the same way as before, and the result is that the world building is far weaker in Infamous 2. As for the beast himself, near the end of Infamous 2, it is revealed that the beast is in fact John White from the original game.
It's good to see you, McBride.
John, you're dead.
You're right. I was. For a while. Somehow Palpatine returned.
This reveal contradicts the first game and makes no sense. John became the beast from activating the Ray Sphere, but the only reason that happens is because of the events of Infamous 1, which are entirely orchestrated by Kessler. However, Kessler's entire motivation was to kill the beast by preparing Cole to fight it. But if John is the beast, then that means that Kessler is ultimately responsible for the beast existing in the first place, which makes Kessler look like a massive idiot. Did Kessler knowingly allow John to become the beast? If so, why? Why not just kill John or get rid of the Ray Sphere altogether to prevent the beast from existing? Or was Kessler oblivious to John being the beast? Furthermore, Kessler went back in time because the beast destroyed everything. Was this version of the beast also John White? How would John have become the beast if all of the events of Infamous 1 had never transpired? Or was it someone else? Was it just inevitable that someone would become the beast? This whole plot point just makes no sense. And I'm sure that some of this is explained in some supplemental material. I know there's an Infamous comic book, but I shouldn't have to read external material to understand what's going on in the game. Anyways, John's goal is to save and activate all of the conduits, but doing so...
Apparently Infamous 2 is not very good.
Yeah, I knew that.
How did you know that?
Because I liked Infamous.
Oh.
Well, are Infamous 2 Second Son? Or
No, just Infamous 2.
I heard I've played Second Son and it's really good. Hey gang, it's me. I have just spent 3 to 4 hours waiting on Hampton Roads bridge traffic.
Cool.
They really, like, in all the, hey, we're expanding the tunnel so that you can have a better, less traffic-free time. They sure didn't think about giving us a less traffic-free time in the intermittent period. Like, I was not even on the highway multiple times, and I was in standstill traffic
Jesus fucking Christ.
on regular, like, main streets throughout Hampton and Newport News. And I just had to park constantly. I just had to, like, oh, I know this place. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. And then I looked at it. I looked at them Google Maps. It was like, oh, it's done. It was not done. I had to stop at 3 different places.
It's like this all the time, also.
It's not always this bad, though.
Yeah, but it is more than once this
It's-
bad.
Well, but it's graduation season. That's what's
Oh.
happening. It's everyone trying to get to their stupid kids' high school graduation way too late. Like, if you're trying to get to a graduation at 4 p.m., you missed it. Sorry. You missed it. And that's not even just a Hampton Roads thing. That's just, you missed it.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the most traffic devoid place on Earth. Oh.
Anonymous says, hi Bird, Trixie tried to make me crash. I'm an impeccable driver though. He said, I'm driving, and I immediately went like, whoa, you better not, what's that? He said I was too quiet for it to be disturbing.
Ooh. It's okay. Some asshole that used to follow me on Twitter tried to be an asshole to me just for the sake of it.
Oh, no. What's
I,
that motherfucker's name?
huh?
What was his name?
Malcolm. or something like that. He's a Mel Gibson parody account. I don't know. I blocked him, so I can't really find him anymore. But what did I say to him that made him respond with complete nonsense? Let's see. Oh, real quick before I do all that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Whiskey. This is a dog named Whiskey. She's my friend. This is a friend I made while I was hanging out. Have you seen the picture of Whiskey? Have you?
I showed her to the stream.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
On the Twitter version.
Oh shit. Well, Whiskey's great. I also tried a beer with jalapeno and real oysters in it. That was pretty neat.
It does sound awesome.
Right. Real Malcolm X. It's clearly a parody on Malcolm X, but he's a Mel Gibson fan account, which means he's really dumb and edgy for no reason.
Yeah.
His Twitter bio is enlightened centrist Mel Gibson parody account, satire news clips, and then he has a backup on Gab. His only backup being on Gab, aside from everything else in his Twitter profile, like his whole Twitter profile is red flags.
Yeah.
Enlightened centrist, red flag. Mel Gibson parody account, red flag. Satire news clips, red flag. Backup Gab, red flag. If you have a Gab account, and I do have a Gab account, I get emails from them still. I had it before Gab went really stupid and weird. I don't use it. I haven't used it since I made it, honestly. Gab sucks. If you have a Gab account and that's your only backup, ugh. But yeah, anyway, this guy quote tweeted a video of Nick Rekieta holding up a liquor bottle, having a mark on his arm, going like, "Those are clearly track marks." It's like, that's a bug bite. Are you fucking kidding me? Track marks don't have a shit ton of blood around them like that has clearly been scratched at. I don't know if you're from the South or you live in the South, but we're in bug season.
Yeah.
Like, my legs are actually covered in bug bites right now. It's the only reason why I was so reactive to it. Is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You think those are track marks? That is so obviously a bug bite. I said, that is so obviously a bug bite, you deserve death. I am not, I should make this clear, because he took this as me threatening violence against him. I don't threaten violence against people. Yeah, it's not my
Telling
place.
somebody doesn't they deserve death doesn't mean I want to kill you.
It means you are so stupid you don't deserve to exist on this planet.
It means God should do something about you.
Yeah.
But that would be a good phrase to use.
In response to this, he quote tweeted me and said, "When triggered, the nose guard will choose violence." Now, my first reaction to this was, that is not a sentence that means anything.
Oh, I just realized what the nose guard means.
I know what it means.
I just realized what it means. I literally had no
Go ahead.
idea what the fuck.
Explain what you think it means.
Gunt guard, but for Nick
For a
Rekieta,
kid.
who
Yeah.
is a big
No.
nose.
This guy sucks.
It took me that long. It took me all day to figure out what
You
the fuck he
can't.
was trying to say.
If you're gonna use pithy nicknames or like smarty, like if you're trying to be witty, it has to be witty in a way that people understand.
Yeah.
It can't be witty in a way that just makes everyone confused. I knew what this guy was saying, and I could have worded out a better response to him, but instead I just quote tweeted him with, "You are scum," because he is scum. This guy is scum. You should never ever be like this guy at Real Malcolm X on Twitter.
Yeah.
Do not be this person. This person sucks and deserves death. I should make this very clear because we're on YouTube. This is not a death threat. This is me saying that should the Lord God decide that this man, as I have decided, is so useless and worthless and serves no one, serves nothing. He's just a cunt on the internet. Should just be struck down. You know, just strike him down, God. You know, get a little bit of that lightning. Boom. That's all. Anyway, yeah, that guy sucks. Other than that, I met a really cool dog. I had some great conversations with people. It was a pretty nice day. You know.
I'm gonna try a disgusting
The
alcoholic drink.
the fuckiest part of all of this is that he used to follow me on Twitter.
Mm.
I don't know why he unfollowed me, but he did, and so I unfollowed him. And 2-3 months after that, he's fucking quote tweeting me. Phew. Whew. Whew. You've got a problem, brother.
Amazing, brother. Pop that only on occasions, brother. I just want to point out this. I know Anonymous meant this as a joke, saying Burb is clearly injecting in marijuanas, but I'm just thinking like,
Where's the?
this is what happens when you haven't gotten to smoke all day. You've been trapped in fucking 3 hours of traffic. Here you go.
No, I've actually been stuck in traffic for the past 3 hours. I don't know if you talked about it or if I talked about it. I forget because I'm really strung up in ADHD brain right now. But I got to try a stout that was oysters and jalapeno stout.
You did just mention that, but yeah, it sounds.
It's
awesome.
fucking crazy.
I can't even.
It doesn't taste like so to be honest, I've never had oysters before. I don't know what they taste
It
like.
tastes like salt water mixed with like saliva almost.
Then the only thing that came through was the jalapeno.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad
It didn't
thing.
taste like a salty flavor at all.
No.
Weird.
But the funniest part was like I had asked the people when I went in there because I was mostly in there to get food. Like, what do you recommend for food wise? And they were like, oh, we've got these crab balls, and I was like, well, I'm not used to that. I'm kind of from San Diego. I didn't grow up eating crab like this.
Yeah.
And they went, oh yeah, that is a risky purchase. How about Stromboli? And I was like, cool, Stromboli.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw oyster jalapeno, and really what I saw was jalapeno.
Yeah.
'Cause,
all right.
Spicy. I love when people put spicy stuff into their drinks. But anyway, after I'd taken a sip, they went, you don't have a shellfish allergy, do you? And I said, no. Why?
Yeah.
And they said, because this has oysters in it. And I didn't say this out loud, but Jesus Christ, you'd think you'd warn someone before that. I know it has oyster in the name, but like,
It literally has whole ass oysters.
but everything's near the beach around here. They
Yeah.
name shit like
Right.
that.
I see. Yeah.
I don't know.
That
Bird looks like Rob Zombie's Michael Myers crossed with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was gonna read that one. How do you feel
Red
about
Stripe
it?
is good, Anon. I
don't remember what Rob Zombie's Mike Myers looks like.
Mike Myers, right?
Well,
And also, I think an important question: which Spider-Man? Just Spider-Man in general, the archetype of him.
I guess you could look a little like Tom Holland in the face, but like if he was really tall.
My favorite Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
I guess I could see the hair. I mean, he's wearing a mask.
Wait, what? That's Mike Myers?
Rob Zombie's Mike Myers.
That's trippy. Anyway, but did you see the Amazing Spider-Man movies? The Andrew Garfield ones?
No, but I've seen him in No Way Home,
Well, okay.
and I watched all the reviews of those.
I think Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield first one, was the first Spider-Man movie I saw.
Mm.
And I really liked that. Not just because I think it's a good movie with good plot points, but mostly because there's a scene at one point where he's like first acquiring his spider powers and he stops a robbery,
Mhm.
and the robber like whips out a knife and is like, what are you gonna do, huh? And Spider-Man does like a whole big show of like, oh, is that, oh my god,
Yeah.
you found my one weakness,
And
small knives! And then he just fucking whips him.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It's cute. But yeah.
Now I'm gonna be on camera again.
Oh,
It's me.
another
Hello.
you don't have to put the camera on me.
Never mind. It's going back to her.
Helldivers released a huge new major order today. The new major order for Helldivers is to destroy a planet.
Oh shit.
To destroy a planet.
Break that planet. Break that planet.
I think it's Meridia or something like that, but yeah.
Is it just that it's like too full of bugs and there's nothing?
That is exactly what it is that it is too full of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Kill them bugs.
Todd McFarlane's portrayal of Spider-Man, so yes, Andrew Garfield.
Comics. I haven't read a lot of comics, but I will look in. Well, I got the compliment I was looking for, so I will look into Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, though.
Way ahead of you.
No, you're not.
It looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Where's the
he's
guy
he's
version?
totally talking about the guy in the spider outfit.
Where's one where he's not got the mask on? Never mind. I didn't know Todd McFarlane drew stuff that wasn't Spawn. Thoughts on the Trump situation? I'll give you money for a rant.
Do you know about that?
If somebody wants to give Bird money for a rant, then yes, he can talk about
I
it.
can't rant about it. I don't really know anything except for the news that is happening. Do you know what happened? Okay, give her money for a rant. I'll explain it to her if you pay her to rant about it.
Alright, okay. Also, the gauntlet has been cast for you to be the first person to actually super chat on this fucking stream that's been going for an hour and 15 minutes already. The lowest rent stream I have ever done did. Not one single person.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and thems. Are you telling me that my wife has been streaming for an hour? You haven't given her any money?
I know, it's wild.
And I show up to grace the stream with my presence, thinking that you have all been kind and wonderful to her, thinking that you deserve me being here and spreading my lore and my anger.
Yeah.
You better give money in the next 2 minutes or I'm gone. You better understand what a privilege it is to have me, Bird, here.
That's true. It is a deep privilege. I feel privileged.
What do you mean no super chats? You better super chat. That's what I'm saying.
I was asking. No, I think they're just so shocked. I think they're just everybody.
Yeah, no,
shocked
there have been
because
no
of it.
super chats. Make the difference.
All right, Anonymous.
Anonymous.
$1 has gotten the ball rolling.
All right. Well,
As he always
he
does.
hasn't gotten the ball rolling enough to make me explain the Donald Trump situation.
Yeah, that's true. Well, also he was the one who promised. There you go. $5 from also.
Oh well, I don't have to explain it. There we go. Trump has been convicted on 34 charges. All 34 of the charges he was being in trial for. There you go. His sentencing happens in like next month or the month after.
What are the charges?
If I remember correctly, because I haven't been keeping up with this so much, paying off Stormy Daniels.
Oh, so like, wait, how serious are those charges? How are there 34 charges for paying off one person?
Let me double check.
Yeah, he also said Stormy Daniels. Okay, but what? I've never kept up with any of this story at all.
Yeah, no, it's a hush money trial. So this is all Stormy Daniels.
Hush money for what? What did
Stormy Daniels? When Donald Trump was running for election in 2016, he
Yeah.
paid Stormy Daniels to not come out and talk about the fact that he had slept with Stormy Daniels at some point, a young
Okay.
porn star. Even though he slept with Stormy Daniels in like the 90s.
Is it illegal to pay somebody to not talk about something that you did with them?
Is it more illegal than anything Joe Biden or Joe Biden's family has ever done?
I'm not worried about that. I'm just is it illegal? I don't know.
According to some random court, yes.
And that's what 34 counts of charges are about? Is
30.
that-
I'll just read you an article, okay?
Okay.
This is from CBS News. Former President Donald Trump was found guilty of 34 felonies by the jury in his, quotes, hush money trial in New York on Thursday, a momentous decision that makes him the first former president in U.S. history to be convicted of a crime. The 12 New Yorkers who made up the jury found that Trump violated the law by falsifying business records to cover... Okay, this is the problem. It's not that he paid her, it's that he falsified business records to do it.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Falsifying business records to cover up a $130,000 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election. They found him guilty on all counts at the end of their second day of deliberations. The presumptive Republican nominee for president is now also a convicted felon. Joke. The verdict was handed down in the same Manhattan courtroom where Trump has been on trial for the past 6 weeks. Trump stared at each juror as they confirmed their vote to convict. He angrily denounced the decision in the hallway outside the courtroom, vowing to fight the conviction, which he will probably really, like, if someone had the money to fight a conviction, it's him. Jurors sided with the prosecutors who said that Trump authorized the plan to falsify checks and related records in an effort to prevent voters from learning of an alleged sexual encounter with Daniels. Do you think Trump would have gotten less voters if they knew he fucked a porn star?
Probably not. I mean, everybody thought he did,
Well,
right?
Trump at one point literally said, like, I could stand in the middle of Times Square and shoot someone and I wouldn't lose any voters. Why the fuck would he think a porn star would? No. This makes me think it is a problem. What can you do? What is on your forehead?
There was stickers on the side of this, and they were kind of not all the way on. It was annoying, so I put them on my forehead instead.
Anyway, prosecutors for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said the conspiracy spanned his 2016 campaign and continued well into his first year in the White House. Trump denied having sex with Daniels and pleaded not guilty. So he's claiming he never had sex with Stormy Daniels.
Why?
That's wrong. That's actually lying. That's why he got
stupid as
convicted guilty.
fuck. Why did he try to dodge this so hard?
Who knows?
Obviously being caught as a liar and being caught embezzling...
Par for the course being Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Literally par for the course being Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Why would you care this much about Stormy Daniels? Yeah, it's weird.
Doesn't make any sense.
Justice Juan Machan set a sentencing date of July 11th, just 4 days before the start of the Republican National Convention, where Trump will be formally nominated.
Is that going to happen? There's no way he can run
CBS
for president,
seems to
right?
think it will.
Wait, are you even allowed to run for president with a...
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yes, you are. You are allowed to run for president in pretty much no matter what.
Okay. Unless you're not born in the U.S.
Except for that, yeah. But otherwise, I don't think there's a statute that stops you from doing it if you're in prison.
In prison? Can you really run for president from prison?
I could be wrong.
If Donald Trump
I will
goes
say
to
I could
prison,
be wrong.
I'm just saying, if Donald Trump were to go to prison and continue to run for president from prison,
He's gonna win.
I don't think he would win, but I would be more tempted to vote for him than ever before because it would be so fucking funny. There's no way. I don't think it's at all possible for Donald Trump to win this election.
Hang on, I'm sorry.
I think it would be crazy.
This
to
sentence does
run
it for
him.
me. The sentencing date is 4 days before the National Convention, and the sentencing starts. He could face up to 4 years in prison.
Yeah.
4 years seems a little convenient.
Yeah,
you know?
like a really exacting time.
Like a
frame.
really exact date
Yeah.
where he would be too old to run for president again.
Yeah.
And a $5,000 fine for each count. Wait, 5,000 by 34.
I mean, look, I cannot feel any sympathy to Donald Trump because I'm sure he's committed way worse
But hang
crimes
on.
of which he's not going
But
to.
Merchan has
ever.
wide leeway when imposing a sentence and could limit the punishment to a fine, probation, or home confinement. It's going to be really interesting to see his sentencing date in 2 months. 1 month.
It seems like, I mean, he already lost the last election.
Isn't it so
Running
fun?
him again seems
Isn't it so
stupid in the
fun to
first
pay
place.
attention to the current random political drama instead of
Yeah.
the fact that we're sending billions and billions of dollars overseas for no reason?
Yeah.
Isn't that so cool? Isn't that awesome?
Right.
I have foreign people that work with me at work talking about the fact that the United States shouldn't, like, we have so many homeless people. Why are we doing this? The same, this was like 2 days ago, the same people as I was leaving work today were going like, working in America as a full-time employee is like being a slave. You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna out them a little bit here. They're like, you know, my dad had a full-time job in the Philippines and it was never like this.
Right.
We could survive.
Right.
Like, what is happening? If you are comparing the Philippines
But yeah, it's America's-
favorably to the United States of America,
It's-
the United States of America has a problem.
Americans are working harder for a higher standard of living that they don't get to enjoy. Like, you get to go home to a house that's
Well,
very
no,
nice.
no,
before
some
you spend
Americans
3
do.
hours in, like,
Some Americans do.
well, yeah,
It's
sure.
not that Americans don't get to enjoy it, it's just that the wrong Americans do.
Yeah.
Not enough of Americans
Well, not the
do.
ones who are working for it. Not
Yes.
the ones who are making it all possible. Like,
Well, you see, I'm just thinking really hard.
yeah, like the people who are actually like putting all the work in to make shit happen, you know, they don't get to enjoy any of the fruits of the labor because of there's ain't no fucking time. Ain't no fucking time in the day. I'm doing multiple layers of my job at the same time now. I've just decided to incorporate the editing part of my job into the streaming part of my job, so I edit live on stream now.
I thought you were doing that anyway.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I do now, because I edit on stream.
But you're not doing that right now, so it's confusing for you to say that.
Oh, well, I meant like in a general way.
Yeah, but I knew you were doing that anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes? Bird's making, let me show you Bird's face. He's making this.
I knew you were editing on stream.
I know, I wasn't like informing you, I was talking to the.
Okay, alright.
I don't know, you have to keep in mind, I have the mentality that however many number there is, 16 people, they're all just in the room. Like, I think of
Sock
it like
Rabbit for $4.99. Tell us why Little Big Planet is the best game that ever was, and why generations of creativity are in shambles without Mark Healy's continued vision. I think Little Big Planet is one of the best games that have ever been made in the same respect that Gmod or Team Fortress 2 or any game with an adequate sandbox is. Little Big Planet, I'm sorry, is not that special. Little Big Planet accomplishes what
Minecraft replaced
Minecraft, Gmod, Little Big Planet. I'm trying to think of other ones. I know they exist, but it's like Little Big Planet is just the one that got you. This is the one that got you personally, and that's fine. I played some Little Big Planet. It's fun. It's a good game. I'm not trying to shit on it in that way. I'm just saying other things did that, and other things struck other people in the same way that Little Big Planet struck you.
Yeah. I'll say a Little Big Planet. I played, I think the first two. My brother Shade was a big fan.
I played 3.
And when those games first came out, I remember my friend Donson being like super hype about it before it came out. And then when it actually happened, he kind of was like...
Mario Maker. That's the other
Mario
one.
Maker, yeah, has also kind of replaced it. And a lot of it is that the game, it has a very specific identity. And that
Roblox.
identity...
Thank you, Ellen. Roblox.
Yeah, that incredibly specific identity is where a lot of the charm of the game comes from. But it's also where I think some of its limitation comes from. Because they were trying to give it this one particular aesthetic and feel. And it kind of makes it... So, like, everything you build necessarily feels
Little Big
like...
Planet has enjoyable art style compared to other sandbox games. That's a completely subjective opinion, and plenty of people enjoy the art style of the other games we just mentioned more than Little Big Planet.
That's kind of what I was trying to say. It's like it's such a specific aesthetic that if you don't totally love that aesthetic...
I just think too many people,
That's true of Mario.
Conflate their own objective opinion into what is like a true subjective opinion.
Yeah.
Subjectivity doesn't exist also. I feel like that is very important. Or no, I'm sorry. Objectivity doesn't exist. Like subjective is opinion, right? Like it's something you think. Objectivity is like factual truth. So some people just conflate their subjective opinion of a game because they enjoyed it so much.
Right.
That they're like, oh, this must be the best. There's no reason this can't be the best. Instead of realizing that tons of other people are going to have completely different experiences with that game. I'm sure there are people that exist that think Little Big Planet is one of the worst games ever.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen those people out there. It's true.
But like, Little Big Planet having a sandbox mechanic and cool graphics or cool environment is not special to it just because it hit you.
Alan doesn't like Sackboy, thinks he's an ugly mascot.
Sackboy is an ugly mascot. I don't disagree with that. He's kind of cute, but
he's like ugly cute for sure. I think he's weird. You know, both my friend Donson and Shade, both the people I knew who really like Little Big Planet, they both loved Sackboy. So I think that was a big part of it. Is like if you like Sackboy, I loved the music. Like the first game had all this weird experimental music, had that battle song, you know, which I was a fan of even before the game. So like it drew me in on that level, but I didn't really like the visual aesthetics because it's so fucking chaotic, and particularly the way you unlocked materials. You had to play through the game and you like unlocked stuff you could use in the other mode, but you unlocked it at such a weird sporadic rate that it really limits what you could actually do when you went into building mode. I know they changed stuff about that in the second game, but like just the whole idea of doing all that stuff in a two-dimensional space that like in Mario Maker you just like
as a 3D character also.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's weird that your character's 3D, that you're moving through a two-dimensional space, but also you are like you're not pulled back like editing the whole space like you are in Mario Maker. You are moving Sackboy around and like as though he is operating all of the mechanics of how you do stuff, and that always made it really confusing to me. Like just trying to manage doing controls and setting stuff down. My first experience with games with a builder like a level builder was in fucking Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 had like a really complex, skate park builder where you could make your own levels like that. So to me, that had already felt more coherent and natural than a Little Big Planet. And granted, what Little Big Planet let you do was a lot more advanced because basically what Minecraft was going to do with Red Soapstone. They had like equivalents of that where you could do like programming a Little Big Planet. You could do, I think for people who are using it as like their first way of, doing very visual based programming and learning how to operate the mechanics of technology, it's powerful for that. But I think Minecraft did it so much better by putting it in a 3D space and, just the possibilities became almost endless when you did that. And that game also has a rigid art style and everything, but it's just so much more intuitive, to move around. And if you're going to be controlling a character who's placing down all the blocks, doing it in first person in a 3D environment makes infinitely more sense than doing it in third person in a 2D environment. So that's my biggest problem with Little Big Planet. I respect it. A lot of cool stuff. Like, I never found cool levels. I would go on YouTube and watch cool levels that people made. That's another thing. It's really hard to actually find like worthwhile levels anytime you're playing a game where like you're relying on user content. Like you have to know where to find the good user content, basically. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. Sackboy's a ripoff Domo-kun. Yeah, kind of. Little Big Planet 2 is an interesting aesthetic that mashes many things together. Only way I've seen it done in Toy Story and other non-sandbox games. Yeah, it does kind of look like Toy Story, doesn't it? People won't be people when they hear this sound and all through the cars at the end of town. People won't be people and people won't be people when they hear this. This is a weird conversation maybe because the appeal of Little Big Planet is not the Minecraft, Roblox, etc. I mean, if you just enjoy it as like a fun...
I played Little Big Planet for like a month when I was 14, so I will fully admit I don't know that much about the game, except for the whole sandbox aspect of it. Just seems like the gameplay itself was fine and fun, but it wasn't anything special.
I found it frustrating. I always found the physics just threw me off and got me angry. There's a Let's Play where me and Shade were doing 2-player on, I think, the first Little Big Planet. And I just remember getting really upset, like, often at the game. I much prefer Kirby's Epic Yarn for, like,
I would love to play Kirby's Epic Yarn. I've never played it before.
Oh, I could make that happen for us tonight if you want.
Not tonight.
Alright, soon. We will definitely do a Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Maybe Sunday after we're camping.
Okay. Okay! Wait, aren't we camping Sunday night too? But I have not bought the second night yet.
Oh, right. If you want to do that, I would appreciate it because it would make my commute easier.
Yeah.
Especially that they have showers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. I mean, up to you ultimately.
Malort Mixology. It's a video.
Oh yeah, that's Prescott Van Meyer, online sommelier. He's great. I like him.
Do you want to talk to the stream for a minute?
About what?
I don't know. I just want to figure out what I'm gonna do next. So, figured I'd turn the camera.
Stream. If you don't want to sit in silence with me staring at you for the next couple of minutes, like I did last night, send me money. Send me money to talk about things. I will show you the beer I'm going to open and drink. It's called Bad Apple. It is the result of a happy accident. It is St. George was going to make their honey mead lager, but unfortunately their refrigeration went out, and so it couldn't properly ferment into that. So they made it taste like apples. I haven't tried it yet. I'm about to try it. But based on the barrel-aged gin from Devil's Backbone, I'm a big fan of happy accidents. Ooh, it smells appley. Smell that. Yeah. It's like not even like real apple. It's like...
So yeah, like a cinnamon apple kind of smell. I'm drinking the Slumbering Dragon Scotch Ale.
Well, the important thing
That's
about this
good.
also is it's not... that's my favorite beer they make because of how
Yeah.
smoky it is.
Yeah, like that.
The Bad Apple is not a cider because in Virginia breweries cannot make cider. It's illegal. They can't be the same thing. Cideries have to be cideries and breweries have to be breweries. That's why that place we went to, Sly Clyde, only makes cider.
I did not know
That's
that.
one of the places I stopped today as well to get that habanero rosemary thing.
Mhm.
And the bartender told me, we have this one couple that comes in and swears by it as a marinade. So those chicken thighs, I'm going to marinate in that. I'm excited.
Hell the fuck yes. That's what I want to hear.
Anyway, it seems like we haven't been given money, so I have to shut up.
Uh-oh. Bird, your hair is beautiful, says Agatha.
You didn't give me money, so I cannot react.
You can't even react. I'm working on uploading that Animal Well Demon Days clip right now. What do I want to write in the description?
Ned Flanders Ciders versus Juice meme. I'm not aware of this.
Juice me?
Cider versus juice.
Oh.
I don't know. What won for the best gorillas, by the way?
Demon Days won, but only by like 10% or 11% in the end. Yes? Yes?
Go. So, chat, what do we think about Helldivers 2? I've played Helldivers with at least one of you, and know that at least one other of you would like to play Helldivers with me, but what do we think about it? Are we enjoying it? Have we played it? What's holding us back from playing it? Yeah, let me know. It's something I don't mind talking about for no money, so... I don't know. I get a kick out of it. They nerfed my favorite weapon, the Eruptor. So I've switched back to my second favorite weapon, the Sickle. And then as my backpack weapon, I use the autocannon or the recoilless rifle, which are both wonderful in their own respect. The I think it's called the Liberator mech just dropped, which is just 2 arms of autocannon. And it's amazing. It's very fun. You can take out Bile Titans really easily as compared to just having like 11 missiles. You can take out pretty much anything, honestly. You can blow a fucking Charger's head off with that thing. But tell me how you feel about Helldivers. If you've played Helldivers 1, I would also like your thoughts on that, because I haven't played it. I didn't know there was a first game, although obviously I should have, because it's called Helldivers 2. But if you've played Helldivers 1, I am curious. If you played Helldivers 1 and Helldivers 2, I'm very curious in how you feel about the differences. Do you think it's a positive or a negative in the changes they've made? Do you think it's a better game? Do you think it's a worse game? What's wrong with that? Let me know.
These demons.
Helldivers is overrated. Also, but you're banned.
No, don't ban us. So we.
I'm not actually banning Osaweeb. I'm just being silly. Why do you think Helldivers is overrated? Have you played Helldivers? I guess that's a big question. It is genuinely one of the most fun games I've ever played. Yeah, I don't know. It's goofy. It's cool. It's satisfying. I think is the biggest thing that comes down to it for me. It's a game that, while it can be incredibly difficult, the difficulty rewards you appropriately with the amount of satisfaction you get out of it. Even if you're like on the hardest difficulty and just like hating the whole mission, if you finish that mission, you're gonna be like cheering and singing the Helldivers theme all to yourself. Thank you, Anonymous. It's Joverated, actually. I wish I could hang out for the late night streams more. It seems like when I disappear, you get a lot more unhinged, and I think people like that more.
Well, I don't know. It depends.
What did I miss while you were streaming while I was, trapped?
Trapped? Oh, on the bridge? Not really much.
Alright.
Nothing really happened when I was out in the garage streaming earlier. I think I made like $30 in 2 hours, something like that. And first I did like an hour and then had some kind of internet hiccup, and then it was that you called me and then it made the audio die and then I had to restart. That's what it was.
I only called you to make sure that a super chat could be faithfully honored.
I know, it was just funny because the gimmick I was doing at that very moment was, I'm going to go back and read the entire chat over again. So I was like about to get to remembering that.
It's just that they had been trying to get your attention about it for 5 minutes.
I had completely forgotten about it. So
I know,
called me.
that's why I called you.
I was like, oh, good. And then I realized, wait a minute, I would have realized this.
Dope.
Alright, so what am I working on here? Yes. I've got an ant on me. Get off me, ant. I flicked him into oblivion, so probably not alive anymore.
There's too many bugs out here to be killing virtual bugs all day. Wrong.
Good.
You kill real bugs, and then when you've killed all the real bugs you can find, you jump into Helldivers to kill fake bugs. I don't know.
It's a real bug killing lifestyle.
You can also kill robots, so your argument is mute.
I got the Helldiver song.
Moot, not mute. I'm stupid.
Either one kind of makes sense.
Not really. Do you want to go for a walk?
We could do that.
There's if we go down like one street over, maybe 2 streets over and down, there's like a park that I want to check out.
We can do that after I finish this upload here. What are tags I need for this?
Oh, another thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we're going up to too many games, I have the Thursday off, so when I get off on Wednesday, my schedule hasn't been posted for that week yet, but we should just drive to a campground that is like a halfway point or something.
Alright.
I would be totally willing to take the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel and go camp in Chincoteague for a little bit.
On our way to where? To.
Too many games.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, we should figure that out because we're gonna have time off to do it anyway. Oh, too many games would be so fun. I'm very excited. I'm also a little eepy.
We're gonna meet regular car reviews.
Shit, you're right. Oh, I can't wait to. Ah, that guy's gonna be great. I wonder if he's gonna be in a fursuit.
That'd be incredible.
Does he have a fursuit?
I have no idea.
His name's Brian, right? I feel like that's public information that I can say.
Probably. I have no idea. All
Do you
right.
thi-
I'm
do you
about to
think
make
he's
this
ever
Gorillas
reviewed
video
the-
public.
Do you think he's ever reviewed the Prius V?
Probably, right? I don't know.
I
Add
don't
your
know.
take on Demon Soul or Demon Days. Sorry, Demon Days by Add your take on Demon Soul or Demon Days. Sorry, Demon Days by Gorillas to this convo. I know you've heard it since you had a plastic beach vinyl in some of your old vlogs. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised I haven't been asked about Gorillas more often because I don't feel like I've talked about them very much. Enough.
No.
The video's out now. We did it, gang. We edited and released a video on this stream.
Really?
Yeah, that Gorillas video.
That's why no one's been giving you money.
Yeah, because I was mostly watching a clip from an old stream and cutting it to make it upload.
Well, that makes sense. Are you reading my vape?
No, I just looked at it and I saw it didn't look like you'd hit it yet. I was like, what's up with that?
I'm trying to decide if I want to walk down there or like drive down to the beach and see the sunset. Or, walk around the beach. And I don't know if I'll be up late enough to see the sunset. Although I don't have to be at work until 6, so we probably could just hang out till the sunset. You want to do that?
Sure. I'm gonna end the stream and start a new stream when we do this.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna end the stream and then we're gonna.
Unless you give us a
start
super
new-
chat really quickly, hurry up, give us a super chat, or we're gonna have the stream.
It's not likely. It's
Give
not
us a super
likely.
chat, or we're gonna have the
See you in a little
stream.
bit,
She's having the
everybody.
stream.